Here are the best TVs you can buy right now in 2020 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC gaming at the NVIDIA 3000 graphics card level. The LG C10, the Samsung Q90T, the Vizio P-Series Quantum X, the Vizio OLED coming out later this year, the Sony X900h, the TCL R635, the LG Nano, and if they do release it, the Hisense dual-layer TV, the XD9G or something like that. Now, if that's all you wanted to hear, that's all you care about, then by all means, now's a good time to click off, because I'm going to be telling you why you shouldn't be buying these TVs in 2020. Let's start down the line, okay? So with the LG C10, there are no DTS encoders, and there is no full bandwidth HDMI 2.1. LG literally walked you back from having the full 48 gigabits per second, which matters for the future growth of HDR content. So if you like a company literally giving you less and charging you more for it, hey, buy the LG C10, because that's what they did this year. The same holds true with the Samsung Q90T. It literally has worse image quality across the board, literally worse than last year's, to promote their brand new 8K line of televisions, even though there's no 8K content. So honestly speaking, if again you like just a walking back of image quality for the sake of promoting something more expensive, then go ahead and give Samsung your money. But I wouldn't recommend it, because they still have blooming, and a lot of people, even on their 8K sets, have been talking about clouding and other uniformity issues that just shouldn't be happening. Now, when we look at Vizio, the Vizio P-Series Quantum X has bad motion and it has some uniformity issues. I've seen numerous reports on this channel lately about users returning their Vizio because motion's so bad and the black levels are so terrible and they don't know how it happened. The TV's really bright, but the black levels are bad. I haven't confirmed any of this myself, but if these reports hold up, I think that's something you should know about. Also, a personal note as a professional calibrator that I've noticed, Vizio has random power failure issues, like a lot. So if you're okay with one day just going to turn on your Vizio TV and it just doesn't work, hey, by all means, buy the Vizio P-Series Quantum X. Now, the Vizio OLED is well under the $2,000 threshold, at least for 55-inch, that we've seen from some manufacturers that are greedy, like Sony. However, it is also well under 1,000 nits, limiting the HDR gaming experience and those explosive, punchy, poppy highlights that we're looking forward to and from the brand new ray tracing technology. So again, if you're not looking forward to having your brightness nerfed down, then I would look elsewhere. Now let's look at the Sony X900h. It's a total downgrade from the Sony X900F in terms of picture quality. They ripped out the X1 Extreme chip, which introduces so many class-leading upscaling technologies and features, and one of which is the smooth gradation. The removal of the smooth gradation feature means that you're going to be seeing banding. Oh, but wait, you also have gray black because the number of local dimming zones did not increase. You're well under even 100 local dimming zones, well under even 90, well under even 50. So don't expect some granular experience, because it's not going to happen here. And the HDR is really washed out on the Sony X900h. So if you were expecting some jaw-dropping experience, I wouldn't expect that at all. Also, its brightness level is nothing to write home about. Now let's talk about the TCL R635. So I saw on FOMO TV, or whatever he calls himself this day and age, that this is a good gaming TV. I couldn't disagree more if I tried to, and the reason for that is because it doesn't have HDMI 2.1, and honestly speaking, it's literally right in line with every single non-HDMI 2.1 TV, because honestly speaking, nobody cares that you have VRR, because spoiler alert, when games are at 60 FPS, they're at 60 FPS. You don't have to do anything extra. You don't need variable refresh rate, because 60 FPS will work just fine. And in my experience, you really don't have to worry once something is a native 60 FPS, like many of you have experienced. So the VRR on this TV is kind of wasted and kind of pointless in my personal view, because I don't really see it as a true benefit. Now, it may be if you want to go up to, again, 1440 at 120 hertz or something higher than that, but honestly speaking, I don't recommend this for 120 hertz gaming anyway, because if you're looking for true next gen 120 hertz, you're better off buying HDMI 2.1. So I would scratch this TV off my list altogether. Now, the Nano series of televisions are especially notably horrible. LG's Nano series is known for the grayest blacks in the industry due to having IPS panels to push the benefit of OLED in comparison to LED or LCD technology. So it's really annoying when I see this this TV or this line of televisions pop up in my comment section, because I know good and damn well LG is literally just putting out these LEDs as a comparison tool for their OLED line, which they invest all of their capital in. So these are considered the best TVs, but as you clearly hear, there are a ton of problems, and honestly, they're first generation HDMI 2.1 devices, with the exception obviously of the TCL R635, that honestly I wouldn't give the time of day. Simply put, when you're talking about the best gaming experience, you're better off waiting for a second generation device at the minimum that is going to be targeting your machine directly. I know I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Honestly, don't expect mainstream reporters or AV enthusiasts to give you the good information, and don't expect for the answer to just pop out and find you. You're going to have to do some digging on this one, because these are new terminologies and they can be exploited. A lot of companies know that, and they're going to play on your lack of knowledge in this department. Honestly speaking, I'm doing you the biggest solid by compiling this list and telling you not to buy in 2020. Wait until 2021. If you are serious about 120 hertz 4K gaming, I would not buy in 2020. If you don't care about that and all you care about is 4K 60, because like myself, you've come to the realization that the hardware inside of PS5 and Xbox Series X are not, going to somehow provide the experience way beyond that of an RTX 2080 Ti, then by all means, buy any HDMI 2.0 television that you like, that you think looks good, because that's kind of what I did. I bought the Sony A8G, and that's been my everyday gaming TV, even though people complain about its input lag and all that stuff. I game on it just fine. But again, it's going to come down to you as a gamer. It's going to come down to you as a person and what you individually need for your setup. But that being said, seriously, don't buy for 120 hertz in 2020. This is like the beta test year, a stopgap year. They aren't trying. They're ripping down features. Now, I may be wrong in telling you to wait until 2020, because hell, seeing how the consumers seriously don't care or even notice when they're being downgraded, I kind of think this is going to follow through into 2020 again if we're not careful. So I don't know. We will have to wait and see, but your chances are better waiting for 2020. That being said, I want to thank you so much for watching the #1 brand in honesty, where I just keep it straight with you and tell you how it is. Again, smack a like on this video for just being that guy. Until the next video, I'll see you guys later.